So China sees Ethiopia as an all-weather strategic partner and also a pace setter for China-Africa relations as a whole. Now, where do you think ties are at between China and Ethiopia, and what are some of their notable achievements?
So politically, Ethiopia has one of the highest high-level Chinese leadership visits on the continent, and also as a hub of many international organizations, including the UNECA, and as home of the African Union, it is very much a strategic partner for China on many regional issues. Economically, if we look at the numbers, between 2006 and 2023, Ethiopia had undertaken 70 mega projects with China. It's also one of the top six destinations of Chinese FDI, but it also has one of the largest trade volumes with China. And so over the last 55 years, we've not only seen the relationship strengthen, but it's become a good example of what meaningful bilateral cooperation based on win-win principles really looks like. And the relationship is considered an all-weather strategic partnership, which is elevated in October 2023. And so just recently, in the last few months, Ethiopia inaugurated the Ethiopian Coffee Trading Center in China, as China is a large importer of Ethiopian coffee. And Chinese companies have also recently invested about $500 million into Ethiopia's solar manufacturing sector. And so we're really seeing that relationship strengthen and strengthen not just in a few sectors, but in many as well.
You mentioned mega projects there. China and Ethiopia do cooperate under the framework of the Belt and Road Initiative, and a lot of the fields that they cover, including energy, manufacturing, agriculture. Now, how do collaboration in these sectors, how do they contribute to Ethiopia's overall economic growth and job creation?
Yeah, so these projects are critical for Ethiopia's long-term growth and economic transformation. So in 2019, Ethiopia's homegrown economic agenda was launched by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, which is the country's economic blueprint, essentially created to address the country's economic issues, but also to boost private investment. And in that same year, our Prime Minister visited Beijing for the BRI Forum to essentially find synergies and strengthen that economic relationship between those two countries. And so to give you an example, direct investment flows from China to Ethiopia reached 138 billion in 2023. And so we're seeing these partnerships extend in all sectors, including energy, manufacturing, construction. And so since the beginning of these relationships, these projects have been instrumental to the country's growth. It creates local jobs, it increases productivity, and essentially has many positive spillovers into the economy.